And I'm going to put my thing on.
It didn't go.
Hello.
Hi.
I was trying to put my intro on.
Put it on. I'm eating. Hi.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Hi, everybody out in TV land or whatever, YouTube land. I'm eating a crust of pizza. That's how sad
All
my life.
right. So we got Johnny and Jennifer and Sandra. Hey, guys.
I can't even see who's here. That's sad. I feel depressed.
How's it going,
Okay.
Jennifer?
How come I can't read the chat?
I don't know.
And you're saying all these people are here. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
And Sandra is my mom.
Okay, hi.
She's funny. She just came here for me to show her how to get on, and then she went and run back home.
Is it rude of me to eat pizza crust? That's all I had to eat here.
Go for it.
Oh, it's to me. This is my breakfast.
I
My
was
dog
eating
thinks it's snack time.
strawberry crackers that you introduced me to. So
Yeah, they weren't great, but I like. I don't usually eat cookies or bread, so when it's around, I'll eat it.
I hear
Here's
you.
Johnny. Hi, Johnny. Hi, Jen. Thank you for like highlighting the comments. Hi, Jennifer. Hi, Sandra.
Y'all can just call her Momo.
Oh, Mama. For the sake of this, I might call her Sandra. But yeah,
Thank you, Jennifer.
Thanks for showing up. We appreciate it because there's some heavy hitters on live. I've got like at least 2 notifications.
Jennifer said, "Just don't chew like a cow."
I'm ducking to take bites.
I know. When we both came on, we were chewing. That's funny.
I see Dan put that on.
That's too funny. Too funny.
I
Look,
don't
I
know
brought
how cows chew
today.
Mm-hmm. They're flavored water. I'm just like, oh, it's so delicious. This was the worst pizza I ever had. I swear. It was from a new pizzeria that we don't usually use, and I haven't seen the owner in a really long time. So I think that I don't know. During COVID, everything kind of changed for us. There was one pizzeria that's really good, and when Tony called for the pizza, they didn't answer the phone, so he went to a different pizzeria. And then when he drove by, they were open. So, it's my oh God, the dogs are crying because I'm eating in front of them. I feed them all the time.
Give them a piece of crust.
No, then they'll be hounding me for the rest of my life.
Like mine? Wait, like mine do?
Yeah, no, I used to give them pizza crust, and it's not good for them. And Norton gets diarrhea, and Roxy just threw up in the yard. But he's watching it like it would be like this is I want to say live theater, and he's watching me like I'm doing performance art or something because he's like staring.
Right.
And he has almost like a pouty face on, like mean. What? Go lay down. Don't get like your lips.
That's what Jennifer said to tell you. To tell him to go lay down.
Yeah, go lay down.
I'm going to put my fan on, and y'all tell me if y'all can hear it, because then I'll turn it off.
This is going to be gone in my mouth soon. So just
can y'all
go
hear
away.
My fan? Can you hear the fan?
Ever so slightly, but it's not annoying.
Okay, because it's like hot in here.
It's not as annoying as my voice because I listen to myself and it's not pleasant. When you hear your own voice on like an answering machine or like on YouTube, it's like, oh, I apologize in advance, people. I sound really New Yorky sometimes.
That's okay.
Yeah, it's
we
bad.
We all have our little comments.
I just want to know why I'm not seeing any. Oh, maybe I'm not. You know what? I was in private chat, and that's why nothing was coming up. Now I could see. I don't think Johnny's still here, is he? How many
Oh,
people are does it say is here? Jennifer, I don't know, like I don't think that her mom actually counts,
yes.
because it's her daughter. Of course she's going to
Sarah.
listen. Hey, Chris. So it's
Hey,
like you
Chris.
guys that like who are not related to us that really count as getting the kudos. I'm sorry, Mama. You count, but you would come even if it was just us, right?
That's right.
She would hang out with us if we were
Chris.
just
I
talking.
know, my God, it was horrible. I'm glad. I'm sure you must have made it okay. Johnny says he's still here and working.
Okay, Johnny, up
So
in
I
Massachusetts.
don't have Precious today. Bella wants to sit on my lap, but she's a 65-pound poodle.
Oh, my dog's 65 pounds too, but he's going to get bigger. They say he's going to be like 80 pounds. I don't want an 80-pound dog. Can I just like,
Watch.
I
This
don't
is
know what
what
to
she
do.
wants.
You're giving her those cookies? They're probably poisonous for dogs.
It's all I have to give her. Okay, that was a snack.
3 hours. My.
Hmm.
Oh, yeah, Chris was here when you didn't know your own daughter-in-law. That was funny.
Yes. Yeah, we lost power for 3 hours. No, y'all did. I'm reading and I'm saying, no, we didn't lose power, Chris. Thank God. I don't do well without power.
I hate it. I didn't have power once for 2 weeks after or Superstorm Sandy. Thank you very much. It was a hurricane to me. I
You're
didn't have
right.
power
Chris.
or internet for 2 weeks. Do you know how, like me now, no internet? Internet is the only thing I love. I love my fiance and my dogs, but aside from that, it's internet.
One more. That's it.
And it was terrible. I used to go to McDonald's, and I didn't even realize for 3 days that I could go to McDonald's to get internet. And then
Yeah.
I Target store. Target store
You
was
know
very
what?
nice to us. They had like charging banks and by the front door.
Uh huh. Well, I tell you
And
what,
I
Chris.
I
Go ahead.
sat down by their TV section and just did internet. Nobody said a word to me.
Well, Ida was 19 days out of lights, Chris, and I still didn't get used to it. It's horrible.
It's not good. 19 days is too long.
Yeah, it
Two
is.
weeks. Well, 2 weeks.
Oh, baby.
Our electricity had come on a little bit before our internet came on, and I still wasn't happy.
You're right, Jennifer.
I'm spoiled.
You don't give her puppies snacks.
Oh, they're not watching the TV. Good. I'm glad. I mean, they don't have iPads or phones yet. Yet.
I'm sorry. I'm a bad dog mom. Mine,
we
I
we
give them snacks.
we we were saying
Sorry.
my brother worked in cellular communications, and when in their charging banks they had like their work phone, their home phone. Like he and his wife both had two phones, and their daughter had a phone. And we said, "Where's the dog's phone? Everybody should have a phone in this house." It was crazy to watch. I have had. I'll use a phone till it's like
I agree, Jennifer.
what?
Mean Susie.
I mean, my puppies are very deprived. I hang out with them all day long, and they whimper, and I go, "What do you want?" And I'm like giving them like water and love and
I
walks all
know.
day. It's terrible. If I ever like really had to go out in the world for like periods of time, they would be like, "Well, okay, tell them what happened yesterday." I went out to lunch. I haven't
He
seen
found a
Jamie
snack.
for like the whole, pretty much all of COVID. And I met some friends, and it was my birthday. I keep saying that, but is it still my birthday? It's still my birthday month. Uh, and they,
Last day, Susie.
I know. And I went to lunch with my friend, and then I came home, and the whole bottom end of my coffee table, like the whole like side that's not near the couch, was chewed off. Like splinters on the floor. And during the lunch, I figured I lost a diamond from my engagement ring, and then today I saw that my couch had a hole in it.
Oh, I'm gonna have to go look at that. Johnny got his new dog.
Oh, cool. We love dogs here. That's why we're the dog house. And
How's
my
your
Norton
adjusting, Johnny? Chai, that's a cute name.
is he tea colored?
Jennifer said you lost your diamond.
Yeah, well, it's a lot of little diamonds, but the one that was like farthest away from my vision came out, and I'm just so I had gotten engaged. I think it was like 4 years. No, no, I got the ring as like a promise ring, and I thought we were engaged. And Tony informed me like a month in that it wasn't an engagement ring, and I said, "What? I told everybody I was engaged. Like that's sad." So he formally proposed in 2019, and I had had the ring already like a couple years, but it has all these it has like a high seat and two rows of like two halos of diamonds
Right.
on it.
Oh, that's good, Johnny. He's adjusting.
Yeah,
Because you have two more dogs, right?
I know he has cat. He used to have cats.
I know I'm not crazy. What Jennifer wants to know what was he promising?
I guess he was promising that he would still just be with me because I he gave me an expensive ring. he wanted he wanted to pick it out, and you know how I'm fussy with jewelry, and I was making jewelry for a while. I was like, no, you don't get to pick it out.
Oh, I'm sorry,
I'm
John.
gonna wear it every single day. I better like it.
He has one cat. He says his puppy's
Oh,
passed away last year.
I'm
That's
sorry.
tough. Mine passed away 2 years ago.
Mine
My
passed away last
had a
year.
poodle.
My dog, Trixie. My favorite. No, my used to be favorite puppy. She was.
She's back for treats.
Norton is licking my hands and chewing on my fingers because he's trying to get molecules of pizza crust off of me. Go lay down. Go lay down on the couch so they can see you.
That's funny.
Do it. Go lay down on the couch. Go up there with your sister. Oh, he's not listening.
She's looking at that bag of
I know. I love my puppy so much.
aw.
Trixie lived to about 16, I think. No, 15 and a half. I don't remember. She was very old and she was a little sickly for the whole
One
last
more.
couple years.
Just one.
She was on medication. And I still get weepy over it because I think of, I'm not cruel, I hope. And I said as soon, she wasn't really eating a lot of food, but I said as soon as she stops taking cookies, because she still ate her cookies, I said if she stops eating those cookies, I know she's going. And the day that she stopped eating the cookies,
Yeah, he's
I
so
made
right.
the appointment. So that's the hardest thing you have to do. What?
That's right, Chris.
What is
That is
that?
correct. Huh? If I just say one 5 times, it's really just one snack. So
That's
yeah.
true.
Precious is not here to make her debut today. Well, she's here, but my son has her in his room. So
You you held her up a lot last week. She
I know. So Bella doesn't have anything to do. She's lonely because she has nobody to pick on. So or run after or whatever. So
I have a if anybody knows my dogs, there's one with a white nose or a white stripe down her snoot, which to me makes her look like a bowling looks like a bowling pin kind of thing. And she's just like when Norton isn't bugging her, she's just relieved. In the beginning, I think she really enjoyed picking on. She was patient for about a week,
mm-hmm.
and then it was like, nope, not anymore. And she she started wrestling with him, and now he's bigger than her by
What do you
15.
want? What do you want? The whole bag? Is that what you want? The whole bag? Oh
I
my
used
god.
to give him. I mean, I still have milk bones. Get away from here! Go lay down. You're gonna knock my camera over. Um, I used to give him milk bones, and I the only thing I give Norton as a treat is there's like kind of kibbles. You get away. He's trying to smell the floor for crumbs. Like one crumb's gonna make a difference in his life.
Right. So,
Good.
Chris, are you planning on getting a new one,
He said
Chris?
yeah. I think that's
That's a yep.
it's the best thing that ever happened to me was having dogs. I feel, even
Yeah.
though they ate my coffee table, I ruined myself. And Roxy and Trixie, I used to have a guest room, and they dug in the mattress, and then they started, it had a memory foam top, and they dug down to the coils, and they were eating the foam. It was just what the
It's okay, Mom. She said she was driving home and she didn't know how to chat. I don't want you to chat while you're driving home.
hey. No,
Oh my
no, no.
goodness.
That's so funny that she drove over to get on YouTube and went back home.
Well, she
It's
lives
just like
technically. She lives on the same street. Just the railroad track separates us, so she's right around the block, pretty much.
I'm moving this closer to me. So what's everybody doing? Um, Johnny's working and just listening to our nonsense. And Chris, are you like listing plush animals? And I used to call them stuffed animals, but now they're
Chris
plush.
says crates were invented for a reason.
Yeah. Well, I used to put him in the crate and he was peeing it, and I
What?
thought, let me just try him loose because he did really great for about 5 times loose. But yesterday, I think I spent like just that extra half hour or hour, and yeah, he's gonna go back into a crate, and I feel too bad. Yes. Well, I mean, plush are fun. I used to love stuffed animals.
Oh,
He's,
I
he's
don't
taking
like
pictures of
those.
clothes and rolling his eyes. It's the worst, man. I
It's
I
terrible. Do you measure and put that? Hey, Nana
pit
T.
pit to pit and shoulder to hem. And do you have a dress form, like, or a mannequin kind of thing, or do you just do a hanger?
Hey, Belle.
Hi, Belle. I was gonna say Southern Belle, and then I
You
forced
think you
on it.
forgot what you were going to say.
Yeah, I was gonna say Southern Belle, Belle, and then I realized, oh, I could just call her Belle.
You lay flat. Yeah, sometimes that's the easiest if you have a space to lay it out. Oh, look at Norton in the background. He's acting like the good dog. I didn't chew that coffee
He's
table.
cute. Well, he even while he's eating the splinters of it, he's like, I didn't do that.
She said you
Yeah.
can just call her Belle.
Nana Tink's here.
Yeah.
Hi, Nana Tink. How's it going? Nana. She's got a nice dog too. I mean,
Jennifer said
look at that precious
he's
face.
mad at you. Look at
Look at it. He's like, I'm so bored. Maybe I'll take a nap. Oh, I remember that. I'm admiring my own dog. I can't. Oh, isn't he cute?
oh my god.
He's like a terror. You're a dog whisperer? I
Oh,
need
that's
a
so.
dog
Can you
whisperer.
tell my dog to walk normally on a leash?
Yeah, I need this dog to be able to not pull me down the street. He's so big. And he walked great when we were walking him, and I did like a lot of these techniques, like where you
Hey,
yank a little and you
Susie.
go
Thanks for coming.
hi Stacy.
He said she always eats in front of us and never shares.
It's true. I don't. But they get their own food and I don't ask him for any. I mean, fair is fair. I,
That's funny.
he has to learn that, we all need to eat and my food's my food.
Look, mine asked politely, "Can I have another?"
uh, I'm just like, nope, you can't have my food. My
So
food's
when
my
she
food.
has diarrhea, I'll just tell my husband, "I don't know what happened."
Yeah, well, that's another issue with some of the dogs because
I tell you what, my dog's got stomachs of steel.
Well,
So
Norton was very sickly when I first got him. He had giardia, and he had the other end was not pleasant. I mean, he was like, it was just nasty what was
Jennifer
happening to that
said
dog.
he said he would be glad to share with you.
He would
Jennifer,
be
my
glad.
dogs talk here. They always say strange things, especially when they want something.
He loves to share. I mean, Tony was eating spaghetti in the living room because we were watching shows, and a little strand was like hanging off his plate. I tell him, eat in a bowl. You have to eat in a bowl. Less chance for dog interference. So he always puts it in a plate. And this strand of spaghetti went over the edge of the plate, and the dog lays under his feet when he eats, and then all of a sudden, bloop, it like went. He got it. I was like, that's the end. He tasted
Belle,
the
Sandra is
spaghetti.
my mom. She's telling you hi. I think she's missed a couple words.
He's in. He's in blue. Hey, you got all the Cajuns here. This
Yeah,
is a Louisiana. Like, I feel
yeah.
outnumbered.
Cajun
Am
is
I
in
the only?
Baton
Oh,
Rouge,
me and
Belle.
Jennifer. We're like Jennifer's almost a Yankee. Oh wait, Johnny lives in New England, so he's a former
A distant
Cajun.
dog.
And yeah, I'm the oddball out.
Put your significant other and your dog in a locked trunk and an hour later open the trunk and see who's happy to see you and kisses you.
Oh, you
That's
see
true.
my other dog?
You are
Look,
so right, Nana. That
check
is
out
so
my other.
true love.
Put it down quick. You can see my other dog.
Okay,
That
hold on.
comment.
Hold on.
That's Roxy. Should I move it? How do I move it? Roxy. You see, Roxy has a white nose. She's very disgusted with the whole Norton thing. She's like, oh, leave me alone.
Belle
You're
says she's
such a
a
nudge.
Southern.
You're such a nudge. Nudge. He's Baton Rouge. Nana lives in Florida and Pennsylvania. She's a snow
So
birdie.
Nana, here's your dog's twin. Except you got a
Yeah,
golden. Nana's got a golden doodle, I think.
you just have a
Well,
doodle.
you have a doodle, some kind of doodle.
You have. I thought he was a doodle. Now, why are they called golden? They,
A golden retriever and a poodle.
I used to call them golden noodles because it flowed better for me. But they call them doodles. A golden
You're right.
noodle.
You are so right, Jennifer. That's some unconditional love there.
Absolutely, and they don't judge you. They don't care if you're dressed up or if you're bloated or you know. They don't care. All they care about is that maybe they could get some of your pizza crust.
Yeah, Nana's got a golden doodle.
Yep.
She
That dog got ice
is
cream.
only
I
up
saw
there
that
a
happen.
lot because she wants these treats that I have, and they're not really her treats; they're my treats.
Oh, I have some of those. I have a few left, but not a lot. I ate almost the whole bag in one day. See,
Oh, that's
this
pretty
is
good.
my problem. I'm like a carbaholic, and they should have a 12-step for me. Oh, don't give her that. Bring bring in milk bones, and you break off a piece of.
She don't like milk
How
bones.
about Cheerios? You give her a
She like
Cheerio.
she likes animal crackers.
We'll get
Except,
her.
hey, Renee,
How about a piece of kibble, and then she's actually getting nutrition. No.
she won't eat it.
Hi, Renee. How's it going?
We have flippin'
Welcome.
flamingos in the house.
Oh yeah, she has dogs too. We're live from the two dog house. That's Roxy laying down, Renee. My Roxy. Before
No, no,
Norton was
no more.
there. That's their spot, I guess.
No.
Dang dogs. Where's my other one? Oh, he's probably sleeping behind me.
Let me go get her some treats so she'll stop barking. I'll be right
Oh,
back.
you're gonna get people food. Give her dog food.
I'm gonna get her some. Animal crackers. Hush.
Dog food. Get dog food.
Move out. Move.
I my cousin has had dogs, cats, horses, sheep, chickens, and a goat. And I told her that I gave the dogs pizza crust. This is in the other realm, like the last two dogs. And she says, pizza crusts are bad for dogs. They don't digest it well. She's like, don't give your dog that. And I was like, okay, I won't. There you go. Now she's pleasing me. She's just doing this because
Just
of
doing it to
live.
please
As
her.
soon as we're off camera, she's gonna give her like people.
Well, she eats them so fast. I'm gonna
Oh,
put
you
you some
hear
out,
those,
girl. When you're done,
Suzy?
you're done.
What
Okay?
happened? I
When
hear
you are done, you're done.
echoes. Oh, why do I hear echoes all of a sudden? When you sat back down, echoes started.
Okay.
Yeah, I have a Roxy and a Norton, and I had a Trixie.
Am I still echoing?
Wasn't Ed Norton married to Trixie on the Honeymooners? I was actually thinking of Speed Racer's girlfriend, but yeah, the dogs really love the pizza crust, and I don't really mind giving it, but I'm trying because Norton has a very tender stomach, and I mean he's growing up, and he'll grow out of it. I'm very sure, but he had like several months of stomach issues,
Mm-hmm.
so I was told emphatically to not give him anything other than his kibble by the vet. She kept saying that to me because he was on medicine for a very long time, and various kinds because he had giardia, he had just intestinal issues. So I've been very careful with him,
Yeah,
and
mine was pizza
they
too.
don't really. I know they want it, and I don't mind. I don't mind giving it, except that they do hound you when they're hounds. But I mean, like they're just like, and
Mm-hmm.
I think that I had given him a taste before the vet said don't give him anything but dog food. So that's why he's already just from that one taste, he just stands and watches me eat all the
Well,
time.
I was a ruin, so there's no
And
turning back.
I'm trying to get him like off of that. Like Roxy was very good about minding her own business while we eat, and now that she sees other dogs kind of get away with it, like as soon as Trixie used to get a piece of
Mm-hmm.
crust, like she was always, well, I wanted to. And I'm
Right.
like, I know. Well, now my dog thinks that the yard is a, a salad bar or whatever, and it eats the grass and the roots of the grass and the dirt and those spike balls from the trees and branches and anything else like that he could try to chew. He's chewed on rocks. He's a very strange dog, that Norton. I think he has pica. There's like a disease where people just eat anything. He had rocks in his mouth.
So he's got dog pica.
Yeah, I think so. I mean,
Then
I
Belle must have it too, because she eats rocks and sticks. Not rocks, but sticks and grass when she goes out all the time. And then she throws up the stick and catches it. And
oh okay. I thought you meant throw
oh no, I mean she
like
eats
dinner in
stuff
reverse
all
throw.
day. No, I
I'm
mean she
sorry.
eats stuff all the time. Well, if she eats too much, I think she's got an issue where she doesn't know when she's full. She's greedy.
Oh well, I have that problem. I mean I kind of know when I'm full, but it's always after that bite
Last
that
one.
makes me feel sick.
Okay.
I mean, you know what I
Hold
mean?
on.
Like I feel
Go lay down.
fine. I have that one more bite, and then I'm like devastatedly like I'm in pain. So I have to
Come
be
on.
better.
Hold on.
And I know like Nana and Victoria gonna start a new diet. Like I need to get more disciplined. I'm okay. Well, I think Roxy ate some grass today, then regurgitated. So
They do look cute when they beg, and Renee, you can't help it just to give it to them.
yeah, you can't help it. I mean, I know that some people will help it, but Like I had a friend who never let her dogs on the bed, and then when her favorite dog passed away, she lets the other dog on the bed now, so she could cuddle with the dog. And they like bonding with you on the bed. Now Norton, I tried to even let him sleep with his crate open yesterday,
Uh-huh.
and then during the night he jumped on me.
Ah,
So that
well,
doesn't.
ours sleep with us, so wow, it ate a
So then he
chipmunk.
got locked up. Oh, your dog
Yeah,
is eating stones and grass. Okay, that's there must be something. Roxy really used to like to eat the dirt in one specific area that was under the lilac bushes, and she was always pawing at it. And I thought maybe there were like worms, maybe, or grubs, or something that she really liked. But I don't
hey
know.
Virginia.
Then that other dog started eating. Hi, Virginia. How's it going?
Yeah, Jennifer Stones. I guess
Rox.
I'm sure they're little stones.
I usually take him out of the mouth before. Well, that happens with Roxy. Roxy will
Mhm.
regurgitate if she eats grass, but Norton doesn't. Norton just, I mean, I see what comes out of the other end. I've seen like
Come on.
hairballs and like ground twigs
Hmm.
and paper. He loves paper towels. I don't know what's that
Oh
about.
yeah,
Oh,
especially if
and,
there's food on them.
and tissues, but paper. I heard him chewing crunch 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 while I was in the bathroom, and I thought he ate my credit card.
Did he?
It was beyond recognition by the time I pulled the little last piece out of his mouth, and then I couldn't find one of my credit cards. So thank you, Belle.
Thanks, Belle.
Can you imagine? Yeah, he's a pain in the ass. That dog. I had to call my credit card company about an issue, and I had it out of my wallet.
No
That's
problem,
why he
Virginia.
didn't pick my pocket or anything. But I'm to blame. I'm to blame all the time because I live like a crazy person. I have no. I'm not very neat, and I have no place to put all the junk I have. So there's like a lot of spillover into other rooms that it shouldn't be in. I gotta I gotta swipe the dog. Yeah. Well, I called the credit company and it was like the dog ate my homework. No, the dog ate my credit card. Please send me a new one. He's like, "Are you sure?" I go, "Well, when was the last charge?" And it was that day that I called them. And since nobody was charging up like tanks of gas, which is what I would have expected, because that's like an arm and a leg.
Was there any charges for doggy treats?
Oh, what is? Oh, is it?
Were any charges for doggy treats?
Yeah.
And she ate it.
Well, he's anyway. He's beyond repair. He also every time I go to visit him, and
No.
if he's in the bedroom, he'll I don't know where he even finds them. I keep them up on the dresser, but like I can't even put my clothes in a hamper now because he goes in the hamper and he's chewing on my socks. So I have to put him high up, and it's just annoying.
Too funny.
One time, Trixie, when she was a puppy, she went in my clean laundry and it was everywhere, like everywhere. And I was like, how did that happen? How did you even do that? It was like, he stole the cartridges. That's so funny. Well, Nana, I had to stop spending because I'm getting married and, the wedding isn't a free wedding. So I was I kind of thought in my head I could spend a certain amount per you. I don't know if you were that day, the day I bought something from you. I think the next day I bought something from somebody else, and I had to say stop and like stop doing that. I have no room in the house for stuff, and I have no money for it. I have to really tighten the belt. And I'm sorry. I really love supporting other people. Like I love when people I mean, I like to support small businesses. I'll buy clothes from the internet, from Poshmark and from Mercari, and I I like I like shopping at auctions. It's really fun, but alas, I had a credit card bill once that was probably going to be more than my wedding. So it was not, it's not good. It's really not good.
Dog trees smell like.
So if I can't afford it,
That's it after this, Bella.
yeah, I have to like take it easy. Who forgot to hit the thumb? Me. I didn't hit the thumb yet. I have to go off and then make a comment afterward and hit the thumb. Sometimes it seems like they say 50 people watched us and we get like 3 to 10 people here at the live show. I'm like,
The lurkers.
who's
Hello,
spending
lurkers.
time? Who's spending that time looking at this nonsense? Except last week I had the low blood sugar and I watched it again. Oh my. I apologize to everybody. You told me to watch it. Dawn said, rewatch yourself and see what happened. And I couldn't even bear
Hi,
it. It
Mutton
was like,
Ranch.
hi, Munridge. How are you? I feel better this week, if anybody.
Or
Yes,
how
that's what I'm
did you
doing.
go on a spending fast to prepare for the wedding?
I, I am. I I'm not saying that I'm.
Mhm.
What I should try to do is probably do an auction again and try to like raise some money for the dessert table and the appetizers because right now I think Tony's going to cover the main course. I should just let him pay. I should order everything from him.
Exactly, Nana.
I should let him pay for the appetizers because I told him I do desserts. Aren't I generous?
Let
It's terrible. But he works. I mean,
it go.
he had gotten laid off for like 6 months this year, which is very sad,
Yeah,
and last year too. But
right.
he loves working. He has no issues with working. He's a very hard worker, dedicated, loves his job, and loves to work. And I just wish that he wouldn't have gotten laid off like the day after he tells his boss that he booked a place for our wedding. They laid him off for like 6 months.
But at least they let him book it first. Then they laid him off.
It was like, but I mean, it didn't matter. He didn't pay it off yet. But I mean, how is he going to get the money? He still wants. Oh, he's going to invite his boss to my wedding, and I almost want to say hi. Well, I once said something to his wife about how Tony's so dedicated to his job and loves it, and you know,
Bye, Renee. Have a great day.
bye Renee. But
Thanks for
like
coming.
I have a big mouth, and I'll just say things like, yeah, and he needs a raise.
Uh,
And I'm
hey,
like, but
somebody's got to let him know.
yeah, but Tony thinks that like when you're old and you're making, I don't think he's had a raise like almost since he started working for that place, but he knows that in this job market in our area that they could hire people for like they actually did. They had an intern for a while, and they hired him, and he only works part time, and he makes like almost no money. And so why would they want Tony if to do the grunt work? Like if they're doing a job, he's an architect and he'll go to make sure that the job's being done right from the builders. Like there's specs and there's
Mhm.
measurements and he'll have to say, no, you did it wrong. You have to do, but the initial measuring, like you don't need
I
a
have no money.
licensed architect to measure a building. You just need somebody with a ruler or I don't know, whatever they use. You just need
Right.
that.
Bye. Thanks for
Bye.
stopping
Take care.
in. Have a great day.
That's sweet to stop in. I don't know. I never had any jobs where I really made money. I'm just used to being like not that wealthy. So
Shit.
I
I
mean,
had
by
jobs
not
that money.
wealthy,
I'm
I
still not
mean
that wealthy.
I like doing it on a dime was sort of like my motto my whole life
Mhm.
because I lived in a very reasonable place in the Bronx, and now it's it's hard to live out in New Jersey. New Jersey, Manhattan was very expensive, but where I lived in the Bronx, I had I bought a co-op and I only paid the maintenance, so
Stop.
that was affordable. But this is not affordable.
Yeah.
And yes, I mean, rich in like, you know, it took me till I was about 50 to get my head together and sort out like where I wanted to be.
Hmm.
And I knew my last relationship was a dud and I needed to get that out. And when that kind of as soon as that left me, everything got better. It is subjective. I have a house, but like I have a house because both of my parents passed away. And if it wasn't for them, I would be living
She found
still
one
in in a one bedroom apartment in the Bronx with no dog. Well, I think now they let people
tree.
have dogs in that apartment building,
No more.
which was sad because I really wanted a house because I wanted a dog. I could have stayed there and been spending like 500 a month to live, which was a lot better.
Belle wants more treats, but she's
That
not
is
getting any.
true. Well, yes. I mean, yeah, but when we dine out, we go to like pizzerias and burger stores. Like it's not we occasionally like it was my on my birthday weekend. I like Asian food, so he took me to various Asian places, and but we ordered things that are reasonable, and I don't care if he would take me to McDonald's on a regular. I mean, not that McDonald's is good food, but I'll order off the cheaper menu and have a crap burger. I don't care.
Hmm. I mean, sometimes it's cheaper to get crap food than buy groceries these days. You know.
It. I was wondering because he likes the steak, and the way the steaks are so expensive in the store, like it might be cheaper to go to Outback. I don't even know. I wonder if their menu like doubled in price recently because
Hmm.
it seems like the meat in New Jersey doubled in price. It's hard to find ground beef that looks red. That's less than $6 a pound. It's a lot of money. This is what's sad. I was talking to somebody. I think it was Dawn
Hi,
that
Ella.
like or maybe it was my other friend, but America has so much wealth. Like I think I said, who was I talking to about taxing the wealthy the same rate as they tax the middle class and the poor or people? Like if we just had a flat tax, they would collect a lot more from the really rich people, like if it was 20% for everybody. And my friend was like, oh, so if you were a millionaire, you would give them $200,000 a year and you would be happy about it. I said, it's just what it is. You need to pay your taxes. And if I was making $800,000 a year, you'd be damn straight I'd be happy about it. I mean, I'd be thinking it's like a I'm so blessed to be making that
Mhm.
kind of money that like the government deserves their cut. Like why should the people
Amen
making
to
like
that, Outlaw.
40,000 or 20,000 or 50,000 be paying more than a fucking
Right,
I'm sorry, or like a billionaire? The
right.
billionaires should give it up. I'm sounding like a it's just how I think.
So I
Well,
guess we need
I'm
to.
wealthy in dogs, and
There
I'm
you go.
I'm wealthy. Like I feel very blessed that I have my fiance who's very easygoing because my last one was a hothead and I had to walk on eggshells around him. And I mean, I'm not saying everybody's wonderful and
That's right,
like we're
Nana.
always in good moods, but it's such a pleasure to be
Right.
around a person who's
Yeah.
I feel like there's real love and real respect. Well, not 100% of the time. Sometimes we just yell at each other, but like we love each other,
Right.
and it's great. Like and he once the first time he said we're in a fight, I didn't even know we were in a fight. I said, "This is a fight."
Stop,
I was like,
Belle.
"You better let me know when you're mad at me because I can't tell by the way you act." My ex would have been
Right.
smacking the roof of the car.
Go, Belle. Go.
So
Go. Go play.
yeah,
Bella is being bad today.
I Yeah,
So
you just
true. Yeah.
like outlaw, high outlaw. Look, my when I started watching a lot of the dumpster divers, and I saw that it was a way to kind of maybe sub like because
Aw. She wants
a
a
lot of
snack, Susie.
a lot of restaurants and food places cannot donate to the soup kitchen near here if it's like, but they'll accept from private donors things that are slightly out of date, not years out of date, just slightly out of date. Oh my gosh.
Call from Alejandra K.
I don't know who that is. I hope they don't leave a personal message. The other day I was so cranky that somebody called me, and she started with her name. Anytime someone starts with their name, they're selling something, in my opinion. Like, hi, I'm Jennifer Morano. And I'm like, yeah, what are you selling? I said, just get to the point. What are you selling? And she hung up on me. I was like, well, that's a first. I usually hang up on them. So
Gosh, you're being
that's
bad.
how I've become like that. I get so many phone calls from people telling me that I could have an extended warranty or a new, like, solar panels. It's like,
Bye, Nana.
bye, Nana.
Okay, I'm gonna try to get there, Nana.
Yeah, I'll take a look, but
You
don't
want to
let
put
me
your
buy
Nana?
anything,
If you
man.
didn't leave that, put your link. I can't.
Cat's here. Hi, Cat.
Yes, it is a standard poodle cat, and she's bad because she wants people snacks and she doesn't want her dog snacks.
I don't know if he is my dog still. Oh yeah, he's being blocked by the chat. But my Roxy, you could see Roxy can if she took that away. Aw, Roxy.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on.
Oh, and then my name is up. This is terrible.
Go see. Go see. Thomas is
Oh
calling.
well,
Go.
not Roxy's. She's not mugging for the camera. Can you take away Suzy
I
Woozy?
can't. I don't know
Do you
how.
know how? Do you know?
It's banners, but I can't figure out how to take it off.
That's the truth, Belle. And I want I asked my town if I could put up one of those um little free pantries. And one of the councilmen was going to back me when I went before the town hall meeting. And he said, put together a budget and do this, that, the other. And I asked, there's a minister that lives a few houses down from me. And then he put me in touch with a reverend, and it almost like it starts to sound like a funny joke, right? A minister, a reverend, and like a non-denominational person walked into a bar, and and then it's like I I asked him if I could put it up on his property, but he does the soup kitchen, so I thought it would be a good place to have a little free pantry. And he said he was approached by the Eagle Scouts, and he was worried that if women with children came in like the middle of the night because they were embarrassed that they would get mugged. And I said, but if they were walking over to the convenience store near the gas station across the street, they could get mugged. Like, what's the difference? Like, at least they get free food.
I love
And
standards, Kent.
anyway,
They had one a little pantry on like in Metairie, like where we at, and it was on a main free, like on the corner of like a main intersection, which I thought was an odd place to have it, but
well, since I had proposed that little free pantry, they opened one like 4 miles away from me, which is not that far away. And I've put stuff in it, but it's not the same as having it in almost like we have a downtown that I'm pretty sure that there's families that I'll just say that are probably illegal, and they probably they're probably hungry because they go to the soup kitchens, and a lot of these the regular stable pantries with doors will they'll let you only go like once a month. It's not enough. And I think that some of them have rules like you need to be on some kind of assistance. And and if you're just not able to provide that paperwork, then you really are hungry. And I I don't, I think it's sad. We waste so much stuff here. There's almost like a 15% to 20%, like there's like waste, and with 15% of the Americans are food insecure, they say.
Right.
And then even if you go to a pantry, you would know, like, I have not I used to go with people, they give peanut butter and rice all the time. And my friends were like, I'm so tired of this canned corn, peanut butter, and rice. Like, I can't feed my kids on that.
Right. Exactly. I know
Like, they want a
Kathy does a
ham
good job.
sandwich.
Right.
You
Kathy
know?
does a good job filling her little pantry.
Yeah. That breathcast lady, she was the one where I really saw her doing it online too. And then I saw Kathy doing it.
Hmm.
And then I saw Frank Scrap Dog. He was, the first thing that caught my eye was how, like, he said, I don't eat ribs, but Aldi's had just put like several racks of ribs that were still frozen in the dumpster. And he said, I'm going to make a nice package for the next picker. And he put like fruit in it and ribs just for somebody else. And
Hmm.
I thought that was so nice. Like, anybody who's that nice is, I mean, I don't know. I would have bought stuff from him if he did auctions, because
Right. That's true.
the end of the month.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and I actually asked
Yeah.
the guy who was running this, the minister who was running the soup kitchen, like, if people ever like gave dumpster diving food, and he said, well, I don't even know. I don't know where they get it from, but we get it, and we're
Right.
happy to get it. And
Right.
I
It's.
wanted to go dumpster diving just to do that, to donate.
Hmm.
And I have a hard time recruiting people to go with me, and I'm a little scared to go alone. And yeah, yeah, it's true. And that's another thing. I have like no upper body strength. I have a bad back and a bad neck, and like, so.
Hmm.
I mean, I looked into like 3 dumpsters, and that was kind of the end of it for me. I couldn't really keep it up. And like, the Algae's near me that has a dumpster, it's right off the main road, and it's right next to TGI Fridays. So everybody eating can see you dumpster diving. It's like kind of, it's in a
Yeah.
very bad place for scavengering up some stuff.
My daughter
And
used to do it, but since they both working now, they don't do it. They don't have time. But they would bring me all kind of stuff. I used to
well,
love when they would go to Office Depot because I got all the cool pens because I have a pen fetish. So
I have a scissor thing.
scissors.
I love, I like to have a pair of sharp scissors in every room. Almost. Well, my grandfather was a tailor, and my dad worked in the garment industry, and they had fancy scissors. I have a pair of scissors in the kitchen. I could probably kill somebody with them. They're like, they're probably for cutting fat, but they're so long. It's like, wow, and they're heavy. So, and I and my next favorite pair of scissors was the scissors my dad had, and
Okay,
they were
Val.
just big.
Yeah.
I also, I mean, but I'll just buy cheapo scissors, and I want everybody, like, I want the people who are around me and borrowing my scissors to use the crappy scissors to cut tags off things, or to
Right.
cut into plastic bags. Like, the really good scissors, they
Hmm.
need to be professionally sharpened.
Yeah. I have a really nice pair of Pinkin shears that are old. So I want to bring them. There's a place in Laplace that sharpens. So I want to bring them there and get them professionally sharpened.
Back in the day, they they used to have so many, like, we had tailors, we had 2 cobblers, like, people who fixed up shoes in my neighborhood when I was a kid. They were across the street from each other, and they were both in business. And there was enough people who would send, get their heels redone, and you could get your sole redone. You could get things polished up nice. Like, they even worked on pocketbooks, and it was fantastic. Now, I would have to drive about a half hour, and I don't even know if he survived COVID, but there's only like one shoe guy, and he's in a fancy neighborhood, so I'm sure he charges a lot of money.
Yeah.
Like I remember back in
Yeah,
the
more
day.
locally. Now we have to go into like Kenner, about 30 minutes away or so, to get, if you wanted a shoe fixed, or there's nothing here.
Yeah, but wasn't it nice when, like, if your shoes ground down on the edge, like you could just, they would just chop off like a layer of your shoe and put a new piece on, and it was like great. And when I was a kid, they used to put almost like metal pieces like on the edge of my heels, so I sounded like I was wearing tap shoes.
Right.
I I
I
couldn't
could
even.
probably get in, but I probably wouldn't be able to get out.
I there was a couple in New Jersey that did videos. They probably still do videos, and her filming. She and her husband. He's a clock guy, and she's the dumpster diver girl.
Hmm.
And they live in New Jersey. They live about an hour from me, maybe 45 minutes, and they have 3 or 4 stores near them where they get a great deal of fruits and vegetables and breads, and but
That's
they get
nice.
like junk food too, and they'll pick up frozen stuff if it's cold out. And I was almost thinking like, wow, and they use it for themselves and they give it to their friends who know that
Hmm.
they do that. And it's it's like they were living on their YouTube channel money, and they were eating out of the dumpsters. And I mean, I said good for you if you could
Yeah,
do it. That's awesome.
definitely, because the
I
price of
I
things
was almost
now,
secretly
it's horrible.
desiring that I could do a dumpster wedding, but I didn't want to tell anybody. Because only a few people would understand. I was like thinking, wouldn't it be great if I could find like fruit and M and M's?
Maybe you can hit Kathy up for some M&Ms.
I know, I don't know. She's not watching, so
Oh goodness,
I would.
funny.
The last that video that she posted on Facebook, where she couldn't even pick it up, it was so heavy, full of M and M's. I was like, oh, you know how I I said, oh, I wish I could get like a hold of that and have a candy area at my wedding. It would be so good.
It's like pick your choice.
Man, that
Definitely,
would be good.
that would be good.
Because I know that I think some of the dollar stores are getting the candy like from that source near me, not the Dollar Tree, but there's a like an off-label dollar store,
Mhm.
and they repackage candy, and it's pretty old sometimes.
Well, I was laughing at mom yesterday because we went to the Dollar Tree, and everything's $1.25 now, except the candy is still $1, and she says it's because it's stale because she was eating a candy bar.
But it's just the candy bars, like the ones down the aisle are $1.25. It's the ones by the register. I said, you
Right.
still have a dollar tag on it. You got to get rid of it. And she's like, no, it's $1. Okay.
Oh my goodness.
It's sad that,
I have no
but
snacks.
since the Dollar Tree went up to $1.25, I actually went into Dollar General and I saw that they had a dollar area. I
Yeah,
said,
they
well,
do. And
that's
some of their stuff, I gotta say, Dollar General has the best Girl Scout cookie knockoffs.
oh,
Oh
I
my
they had
god,
them at
they
the
are so
regular Dollar
good.
Tree. They are good.
The peanut butter, the chocolate covered peanut butter ones. Oh my god,
Oh, I saw those
and
yesterday
the
at Dollar
mints.
Tree.
Well, I don't know how the Dollar Tree ones are, but the ones at Dollar General
It's the
are
same brand.
very
It's the same
good.
brand that they have at the Dollar General, and I I love those fake Thin Mint cookies. They're
Hmm.
really good. And I wanted to try the peanut butter ones, but I was just trying to be like I would take stuff and then put it back because I'm like I gotta like I have to limit the amount of carbs I have every
Right.
day, and
Guys,
it's
feel
like
free to
crack for me.
drop your links. I think
I'll
everybody has
just
a ranch.
I'll do it till I mean I can't resist. If I buy a pound of licorice, I will eat it at any given like urge. And I
And
mean I
then go
know
live and drop your sugar.
yeah, it did. I felt terrible. I was really dizzy. I felt like I was passing out. I got hot, sweaty, and I was really like I was just like, oh, I don't feel
No,
good. And
I
then
don't have any.
I don't know what was going on. But it didn't look good. And I was like giddy at first. I get giddy on sugar. And and then I fall, and it's like, and I look drunk, and people think like that's why I said Suzy Woozy, but yeah, and I don't even I don't even enjoy the feeling of alcohol. Like I have like one sip and it's like, ugh, I don't even like it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm done. Look, when I was in college, I drank a lot of beer. And when I, and I used to go out with my friends and have cocktails, but I had a really good young liver then. And I could like process it. Now if I have 2 fingers of wine, I am shit faced. It's not good. It goes right into my bloodstream.
She's asking for more snacks.
Uh, the grocery stores for like you're saying dumpster diving. I wish we had some like the oldie that's a little farther away than the oldie that has the dumpster right in the middle of like Central Avenue.
They're
It's like
building us an Aldi's right now. They're in
that's
the
good. I
process of
hope
building it.
the 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 most recent Aldi that was near here though, they have now a trash compactor. So you're not going to find good stuff in a trash. I mean, you risk like getting crushed to death if you
Yeah,
go
a
in
lot of
that.
those places have compactors.
Mm.
It's tough to get in.
Some people were going to Trader Joe's, and I was thinking, my Trader Joe's locks up their dumpsters, and I said, that's sad because I was really thinking I would try it, but there's cameras in the parking lot too, and I don't really need to get arrested. It's yeah, oh
This is
yeah. You found a trash bag loaded with candy bars. That's so like see, it's like good and bad for me because I would be
right.
so happy, but I probably would eat like at least one a day,
I would
and
eat them, and then my blood sugar would go even higher, and then she would increase my insulin more. So wouldn't be good.
well, I used to be diabetic, and the last time I went, I was perfectly in the regular section, but I had had treats. So I was shocked because I really thought he was going to say, Missy, time to go back on metformin. And I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
I really want to be done forever with that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And
Well, I'm on three
I
pills
guess,
in Atlantis, so it's not fun.
well, if it came down to me having to go back on medicine, I would just, I would just eat like eggs and cottage cheese again.
Yeah,
And I would have to really avoid the carbs. But I really crave them, and I would eat nothing but carbs. I actually bought a pie shell, and I wanted to make a no bake cheesecake to try it out. And I'm like, bad, bad, bad girl, because you know who's going to end up eating most of it? Yeah,
no
I'm not
problem,
giving it
dog.
to the dogs. That's
Oh
for sure.
god. I guess I need to start making my keto desserts again, so I can have a dessert and not feel deprived. Because I'm a, I just like sugar. I like
My,
carbs.
my I was looking at it's called like Instacart or something,
Mm-hmm.
just so I could see what Costco has that they would bring over. And they now carry a lot of keto snacks. And one of them
Mm-hmm.
was meringue cookies, and they
Mm-hmm.
only had 2 calories each.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking, I wonder if they taste like 2 calorie cookies. you know,
I mean, but
what could
it
it taste like?
depends.
It's
Some of them,
air.
I mean, if they're sugar free, but if they have sugar in them, then definitely not. But even the Dollar Tree sells keto stuff now. I don't know if
It,
it's good.
they probably scale it down to a dollar's worth of
Yeah,
it.
because the stuff is very expensive, and
Right. I
you know,
noticed that they. Do you remember when they used to have those long packages of the fun sized candy? And
mhm.
it started out 10 bars, and it was 8 bars, and it was 6 bars, and then it's like 5 bars. Like, when is it just going to be like, here's your little fun
Lean
size
to
candy?
the other side, Susie.
What?
Oh, I think you want. Did you want to see the dog?
Yeah. I said, that's Roxy's Sydney. She looks so cute. They're so precious when they're asleep.
You want me to take a screenshot of it, Susie?
Okay.
Or you just gotten away, Susie? All right. I'll
Am I
send
in the way? Oh,
okay, I got it. I'll send it to you later.
all right, thanks. Uh, I was noticing like when Robin did your intro and she had me like mid laugh. That was cute. I was like, yeah, that's how I look.
Mhm.
I have like that. I like that though. It was nice. Lean to
So,
my left.
huh?
My left is this way. So you want to just. Oh, precious Roxy. She looks so cute when she's sleeping. When she's fighting, she
Thank
has like a
you.
she's very bossy in the yard. She wants to own that yard. It's
Thank you, Belle.
funny. Did Belle say she likes her dogs?
Oh, she was saying she liked the intro. It's very professional. Yeah, Robin
Thank
does
you.
a great job. She makes a lot of people their intros and outros and other stuff.
Yeah, she really does. She's good. She's good at it. I went on to what is it, Canva? That's like a way you could make
Yeah, I tried to
intros.
make one. I couldn't do it. It just
You
came
know,
out.
I started out um, making something like that, and I couldn't figure out how to save it for the life of me. And then I saw that you could do like invitations, and I said, "Can I design my own wedding invitation?" And I designed it, but like I couldn't go back in
Uh huh.
and change our names. And then they have maybe 300 fonts, and I I had like my signature, and I had it a way I liked it, and then I just tried out a new one, and I lost the one that I liked. So I then had to go through all. I kept having to try out
Cody,
all. Hi Cody, how's it going?
how are you? Yeah.
I'm trying to sit sideways so that I'm getting a sore neck, so that you can see Precious Roxy sleeping.
Hmm.
But then I thought, how am I gonna? My printer kind of sucks. I thought if I could take a screenshot and then publish the photo, I could send people photographs of it. And I think it'd be the the cheapest wedding invitation in the world. you know.
Oh, I'm sorry, Cody. Need to take
Oh,
you a nap, girly.
but people send me Christmas cards like that. They're just photographs
Hmm.
of like
Yeah.
various. They're like I want to say
Right.
montage. It's not a montage if it's a photograph. It's just a what do they
Yeah.
call like a few photos in a on a picture,
You
and
know
they
what I
just say Happy Holidays.
Cody says she uses Canva for her thumbnails. I don't know. I've just never been lucky with um, Canva. So Jessica Marie had mentioned that CapCut, and I use that, and that's what I make the thumbnails for this for.
Maybe this Robin lady. Yeah, she can, but she charges like $100, and that's about my whole budget for.
Yeah,
Like I think. Anyway, it's just
yeah she
I
gives.
don't.
Well, last year she was charging 150 for the intros,
Oh, maybe
and
just
then during the family, the marathon thing, she gave them for 100. So that's when I got mine. So
there are wedding websites like called Minted and called something else, and they have wedding invitations, and I mean like it would cost me maybe I don't know how much they charge for the envelopes, but the invitations and the thank you cards would cost about 300. Are you laughing because I'm not trying to block Roxy's face?
no, I'm laughing at
What are you
Chris.
laughing?
Cody says she's very tired, and Chris says maybe Cody needs a lullaby.
But he put banana poop in a banana. I know what he means by that.
Oh, y'all bad. Y'all are so bad.
Uh, are they giving the universal symbol of love to
Not
everybody?
yet.
Like,
Not yet.
I'm
It's
glad that I'm not offending Cody yet. I'll say yet. I don't know.
yeah. It's coming. It's coming. Oh,
And then she's gonna be like, "F U S S W."
right. Is anybody going to be in the marathon? Chris, are you going to be in it? Cody? Oh, she doesn't have a wrench. Oh my God, Cody, I'm so sorry. Now she
Give
does.
her. She can now. Oh, What could she do with that wrench? Like she could put links. I know that. That's good. See, see what? Oh, did Dawn offend you by not giving you a wrench, or what? I don't even know what C means.
See, because I gave her one.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. He was gonna time her out because she was great. Yeah, you gotta like. We don't want
So
any
now
of that
y'all can time
nonsense.
each other out. How about that? Yes, you're saying
Please, please refrain from timing each other out during our chit chat show, whatever we're calling it, the Doghouse Show, where Roxy has made her debut and is sleeping very adorably, facing the camera.
you posed her
It's
there, huh?
oh my god.
Well, Chris, if you saw the need, you would be fine to do that, honey.
She usually sleeps on the other couch and on the floor. She must know that she's
She
being
wants to be on camera.
yeah. She
She's not
doesn't ever
doing
sleep that way.
it.
Like
Maybe
it's
she
funny.
feels she's closer to you right there.
Oh, maybe. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, you are. Oh, my neck is so sore now. I had to rig up this chair with like pillows and pillows and pillows just so I could be in camera. Oh, okay.
Y'all a mess.
It's
Y'all-
shenanigans. It's shenanigans. I say
Yes.
you guys are all with the banana poop and like yeah. You know what? I've never seen a Minion movie or show. I didn't even really know. All I saw was a commercial where there was like a little girl and she was holding a stuffed animal, and I think it was a Minion movie, and she goes, "It's so fluffy," and I liked the way she said that. But it wasn't a Minion. It was a girl.
They're a mess, Belle. They're good friends, but they're a mess.
It's pure
You're right,
teasing.
Chris. I can go over there. You know, Chris, I went to Goodwill and I kind of looked at the plush, even though I don't buy plush anymore, and it looked like you had been there already.
Where what were you talking
Working
about?
and
What
working
for?
is good, Johnny.
That's fine. I'm just sitting in a
Chris says he wasn't going to do anything to make me mad because I'm in driving distance.
oh that's right. But if
Oh, he said you can move back now. He just wanted to see your beautiful baby.
okay. It doesn't matter. I'm still a bit sore. I I since the last show, my water heater decided to explode and it flooded my basement, and I'm sore primarily because on Saturday night we had to I had to shop vac up like 30 buckets of water, and we had to figure out a way to like capture the water that was leaking out because the valve didn't shut off
Hmm.
all the way, and then I had to help him. I had to go buy a new water heater and we had to bring it here, and I had to help lift it, and then I had to help him get it into the basement, and then I had to help get the old one out. And I have no upper body strength. I mean, I could probably like heave ho 35-pound dog food bag, but a water heater is quite a bit heavier. they said that it was they said it was like over 100 pounds, and I'm not good. I'm not good with that for sure. They haven't restocked for Mardi Gras. Oh, you mean stuffed animals? Because people throw stuffed animals. Do
Yeah.
they do that?
Yeah.
We have a little parade here on Memorial
You're
Day.
right, Val. We would drown if we had those.
Oh, yeah. I since on Ida, like the water, it was the first
No.
time that my house got flooded, and it was up in my front yard, up in my backyard, and it came into my basement, and the whole area was devastated, and people drowned, and it was very sad because people got stuck in such flash floods that they had to try to swim, and one girl couldn't swim near here and they just found her body. It's just so sad what happened.
Yeah.
And my friend's daughter was involved in a flash flood that day, and she lost her car entirely in the flood. I mean, it got totaled. It
Yeah.
was very sad. I mean, I never saw anything like it. When we got up early in the morning, we had to find a Home Depot that was up on a hill, so their merchandise wasn't like wet, and
Right, right.
we thought we could get to it, but there were roadblocks. It took us a 15-minute drive. Took us 2 hours.
Mhm. Wow. You're
Oh
right.
yeah, parades.
Yeah,
So
they throw, but they usually throw. A lot of times they'll throw those little cheapy animals, but then you'll see people sell like bags of plush, and it's kind of throw quality. You won't find a lot of times you won't find good stuff in them. Yeah,
our
Johnny,
Memorial
I'm
Day
in the
parade.
South, Johnny, and but I live in. It seems like between medical visits, I'm always in Metairie or Jefferson for something.
Um,
You're right, Chris.
we
I
we
hope
uh,
we don't.
we have a parade where they throw stuff, but it's candy, and they always throw it at the kids and not the adults, and it's mostly like dum dum lollipops, if you know what I mean, like those little
Hmm.
cheapo things.
Right.
So, it's fun to watch, but sort of. It's like I've seen it like every year since I've been with Tony because he loves going to these parades, and he says my town has a crappy one and his town's way better, and it's true. He lives in a very big town, and mostly like the fire department trucks go
Hmm.
by, but I was pretty impressed. Like it was kind of a big parade.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, but I could live without um I could live without it if it's hot and
Yeah.
humid.
I mean, they do throw candies. The little kids sometimes will go and catch them, but most people step on them and smush them anyway.
It's true. Oh wait! Southern Bell's talking about the heads of cabbage, carrots, and onions and potatoes. Like you ended up getting some cabbage, I
Yeah,
think.
my daughter, and my daughter-in-law that I didn't know brought me some. So
If
yes,
you were around for our first broadcast, Rebecca
I will.
Trustflair came and she and I said, "You must be related. It's the same name." And,
And I'm like, I don't
they were
know
like,
who
"Uh huh."
Rebecca is.
I go, "How many
Um,
people? How coincidental could that be? Your very first broadcast, and a Trustflair person is watching. That's not your relative. Like it's impossible.
yeah, that was
The
funny. That was
statistics for
funny.
that would be so strange. Like it's just not going to happen."
Yes, but we call her Becca. We don't call her Rebecca. I don't know. It was one of those moments the brain didn't work.
Well, like I said,
I found oh, I'm sorry, Susie. I was going to say I went to this little thrift store last week and I found it was a big gray horse, but Susie looked it up for me, and it wasn't worth that much, so I left it.
yeah, like if it had mottled fur, it was worth money, but the plain gray ones weren't worth anything.
It was
And
modeled. It was
oh,
modeled.
oh, you didn't tell me that. Go back and get it.
Oh, Lord, now. Oh, yes, they are, Chris.
I like dum dums. I do. Not people, but the lollipops are good. I I mean, there's a couple
Oh
flavors I
no.
could live without. I buy them every year to give to the little kids. I give little kids sometimes a choice on Halloween what they want, and they always take a lollipop. They
Right.
like lollipop, and Tony's like, "What kind of cheap ass candy are you giving people? They like chocolate."
Right.
I said,
Yeah.
"The little kids go for the lollipops," and I I bought pencils, and he said, "You're giving pencils to people?" Like he's like, "Nobody's gonna come to your house next year." And
Oh,
one kid came, and the year I didn't have pencils, he says, "Where's my pencil?" And I'm like, "Oh." And so I started doing pencils again. I didn't want to disappoint the little
right.
kid.
That's right. You're right, Johnny. You can throw almost anything off these floats. I mean, like some of the women parades, they decorate shoes and they throw shoes. So like they'll go and get all kind of shoes from like the thrift stores, and they paint them and they decorate them and they
Well, if I
yeah,
knew that there was a market for, bleh, I would make some of my
yeah.
shoes pretty cheap, and they could buy them from
Hmm.
me.
Yeah. And then one does hats. So yeah.
My Goodwill shoes up here, they start at $10 and they go
Yeah.
up to 60. So there ain't no real bargains at the Goodwills here. You have to go to a bin or
Hmm.
they sometimes charge the same as the stores for stuff. And I was trying to point it out to them. I said, you know that dress is cheaper in actual Nordstrom's than you're putting the price on here.
Right.
And they don't care. They don't want to hear it. And I'm like,
Hmm.
you pay somebody $100,000 a year to do regional pricing and set prices, but you're not benefiting yourself when you turn. Like I said, I spent last year, like one year I spent like $1,000 at the Goodwill. The next year I spent like
Right.
$400. And I'm
Right.
like, you lost out on my money because you raised your prices so high. Because it's all about.
Cody said somebody throws a shoe at her, and that's gonna be a fight. Well, I don't think they really. I think they might hand them more because sometimes they do like spiky
That's funny.
shoes.
That's funny.
Oh my
Somebody I can imagine, like, if they were
god.
really fun painted, I probably would like it. But
Yeah, I
yeah,
mean
like some old
they
crusty
do
shoe.
really good jobs on them. They're really pretty. I mean, they paint them and so all that painted over, but
I love it when people paint rocks and leave them around, but I'm thinking if they threw rocks at people, they would really injure them.
I never heard of that one, Johnny King Author. Y'all rode on Mardi Gras Day.
Coconuts are kind of hard to eat.
Well, the Zulu throws coconuts decorated. They're usually painted gold with decorations on them. But I don't. I think it's they can't throw them anymore. They have to hand them out.
I'm sure they got sued when they knocked someone
Right.
unconscious.
Yeah, they have to hand them to people.
What about a cabbage? That could hurt if they're really heavy.
But the cabbages, though, the ones Haley brought me were very little. I've never seen a cabbage that they must have pulled a lot of stuff off of them to make them that little.
Cabbage was expensive this year up here.
Yeah.
I paid like $3 for a little cabbage. To me, that's expensive for like a cabbage because cabbage seems like it was always like 7 cents a pound, and you bought a. I mean, like you could get a cabbage for like 30 cents,
Uh huh.
and now I mean to pay like a couple bucks or something for a cat, like
Okay. So you were in
like
Metairie, Cajun? The crew of trucks parades. They throw plungers. I've never seen plungers. Well, I haven't been in years though.
why are they? Do people's toilets back up a lot in Louisiana? Why do they throw? Because you guys are full of crap. Why?
Well,
I don't know.
well, Cody, you don't want to come to Mardi Gras, sweetie, because that's what they do. Throw.
Why the plungers though?
Uptown. Okay. I
I
think I
wonder
went
why.
to Uptown parades once, and I just didn't. It was too wild for me.
Okay. I would think it's hard to come.
Yeah.
Well, in Bound Brook, they have a like they call it family night out, and they give away stuff in various towns. But like the first year, my town made a cookout for everybody, and that was very nice. And the next year, they just invited people to come and sell stuff, which was not as nice. And somebody from the hospital was from the nutrition department, and they handed out vegetables, and I thought that was very nice.
Uh huh.
So I actually got some vegetables from her, and but when you go to Tony's Town, they give like Pepsi. There was a big fire at that Pepsi cup. That
Oh, really?
Yeah, there was a huge fire at the Pepsi plant. They used to come with Pepsi to that thing and give out everybody. They would hand out like 2-liter bottles to people and 6 packs. And it was nice. I mean, if you could lug it around, it was nice. I don't know. You know, the things that people will go through. I mean,
I know. I mean, the
don't
people
we?
who are on the parade in the parades, throwing stuff, they love it. They love it. So you either love it or you hate it. I think it's not a whole lot of in between.
Well, I mean, I used to like giving away stuff. Like when I was working in the nursing homes on Christmas, if we got donations to give away, it was fun to go to each person's room and give them something. But I mean, the Salvation Army used to give us like little gift packs for the men, and it would have like a comb
Right.
and a
Yeah.
razor.
You're right, Belle. They have a lot of like the family. It's not all drunk people for Mardi Gras. They do have the family areas where a lot of the the families go. You know, it's all families with young kids and stuff. So it's not a lot of crazy stuff going on.
I was watching it this year because I feel
I
like
hear you,
now
Cody. It's not for everybody.
I have a connection in Louisiana now via you. So
Yes,
I
right.
was watching the
Gotcha.
live. I was watching the live parades and stuff going on, and yeah, the nighttime ones. It sounded no, not for me. Not that Bourbon Street crazy crap. Not for me at all. And I'm surprised it wasn't like a super spreader event because
Right.
everybody's breathing on each other and
Yeah, it is a lot of people, especially like in Endymion and Bacchus at night. Those are beautiful parades, but it is a lot of people.
write them. Write them and tell them that. Send them an email saying I miss
Never
the
heard of
clear
Crystal
Pepsi.
Pepsi. What is
It's
Crystal
it was
Pepsi?
the they didn't put the caramel color in it, and
So it
it
was
was
like Seven
clear.
Up. So it
It
tasted
was the
like.
7 Up color, but it tasted like Coca Cola. Well, it tasted like Pepsi Cola, I
Oh,
should say.
okay, cool.
It tasted like
My,
Coca Cola. No, that's
my
what I
mom
mean.
is a big Pepsi drinker. She loves Pepsi.
If it
I,
tasted like Coke,
on the other
then
hand, am addicted to Coke Zero and Diet Dr Pepper.
I'm drinking seltzer water again.
Oh, look, I have my Circle bottle. Circle people drinking my Circle, my water.
This has no flavor, but it smells like coconut. So
They have anybody try that? Is it Ziva? It's like what is it? It's drinks like, but they have the different flavors and they're all clear. But they're supposed to be good for people who don't do a lot of the sweeteners, like the unsafe sweeteners. So
I
it's.
think I'm addicted. I like Splenda, and I think it's on the unsafe list. But I don't know.
I think these are sweetened with stevia, maybe.
Okay, stevia. I had a friend who was always doing. She says the worst for you is the pink stuff. The second
Uh-huh.
worst is the blue stuff. The third worst is the yellow stuff, which I do. And
Well,
then
I
she
use
said
thinking
stevia is
Bush.
acceptable, but and she was equating it to drugs. And she says, well, Splenda's like marijuana. Some people think it's bad for you.
My mom would agree with you, Cody.
Well, mango Pepsi.
Ew, that doesn't sound good, Belle.
Did you ever go to like Popeyes and they have like 150 combinations you could put in your cup? Like they'll have orange,
Mm-hmm.
Coca Cola, and then you can mix it up with like the
Yeah.
lemon. And I've done that.
I don't think it's
Who's a
pop.
doctor?
Wendy's is like that. I think whoever you were saying told you not to have the.
Who's a doctor? Who are you asking? Who's a doctor? Is she a doctor?
Maybe when you were
Oh, the
saying
person.
sweeteners.
I have my uncle was the first person. He was a chemist, and he told me not to drink um soda, like a color. Like he said, Coke soda or Pepsi soda. He says it'll deplete your bones and it'll cause brittle bone disease and make you have like osteoporosis, etc. So I ignored him and just drank whatever I wanted till recently when my bones started getting really thin. And I can't take the treatments for osteopenia or osteoporosis because I've had a gastric bypass. So I'm just not. I'm trying to not drink it. I have a Pepsi in the refrigerator that Tony brought me, and I've only had 2 sips of it, but I will sip on it for like a day. But I used to drink a 2 liter bottle in a day of Diet Coke back in the day. And I love those the frozen Cokes, I
Oh, me
think.
too.
Like
I'm
from
addicted to ices, a
the
frozen Coke.
icy frozen one's so good in the
Now,
hot sun.
sometimes racetrack, which we have here, has the diet ices. They had diet
But
Dr
dude,
Pepper one day. Mm-hmm.
They have diet, I think they call it slushies at 7-Eleven. They used to have diet ones, but the 7-Eleven closed by me. And
Mm-hmm.
I found it hard to believe. It seemed like it was always crowded. But what's the day? Is it July 11th? Is that 7-Eleven day? Like that you could go and get free icy
I know.
drinks or free slushies or whatever they're called.
Hmm.
Well, see in your area if you can go get a free on in July.
I don't know. My when I drank Pepsi, it stayed fizzy.
This is very fizzy and it stayed fizzy. And I don't know if this also depletes your bones just because it has the carbonation. I'm concerned about stuff that like in a way like it could, I want to say like backdoor in you and like and make you sick when you don't even realize. Like candles, people don't realize and they're burning smelly candles and those can make you sick over the course of time.
Growing up, my mama would always tell us, "Don't pour that Pepsi fast because you're going to get all the fizz out of it." she, you had to pour it slow so the fizz stayed in it. I don't know.
When
My
we
mom,
were
if you're
sick,
watching, you used to tell us that all the time. She still does that. That's funny.
we when we were sick, it, they told us to take Coke, put it in a glass, and then stir it with a fork, like, and get the bubbles out, and that would settle your stomach.
Hmm.
And that's why every time when I
Oh,
was in,
hope everything's okay, Cody.
okay, I hope everything's okay. I'm not watching the chat. Oh, yeah, well, it depends. And like they were telling us, if you store it like sideways or like even upside down, that it'll hold the fizz in more. Go figure. I don't know. You would need a good tight cap. What do I like about seltzer water? I really like that it's wet and it feels like tingling on my tongue and it's wet, but the flavor, it doesn't send me over the moon or anything. I just have a hard time drinking flat water because it just seems so boring to me.
Mm-hmm.
And the regular tap water here tastes like tea to me. And
Oh,
I have to drink filtered water. I don't know why it tastes like tea, but it does. So
oh
weird.
God.
When I was in Florida, I
You're
thought the
right,
water
Cody.
tasted like fish. And I'm like, that's crazy. Like, ugh.
Uh, we have pretty good water in where I live. Now, where my shop is in Laplace, I think the water is gross. Like we lived there for a little while, and it was like it wasn't like it was kind of had a tint to it, and it tasted horrible. I would bring water from my mom.
New York City water was really good. It was really, really good. And they bottle it and they try to sell it. And
I know.
Tony bought a bottle of New York City tap water at the airport once when we were flying. And I said, "You bought tap water and you paid $2.50. You're a sucker."
Well, if it says filtered, that's usually what it is.
Yeah, but it was like, I'm like, I really thought that that bottled water trend wouldn't catch on. I said, "Who's going to pay for water that you get for free? That's so dumb." I was
Cody.
like, "What?" Look at this. It's funny.
That's how
Well,
the water in Laplace tastes.
the water here tastes like I think it tastes like tinny tea, and I rather just like the teapots from the Chinese restaurants. I don't know.
Oh.
I rather just the filtered water tastes fine. It tastes fine, but
Hmm.
I prefer like I'll do. You know how you have that drink insert? I have these squeezy bottles that I bought at Walmart, and they have flavor. And if I squeeze a little in here, this tastes like soda. But it's made with artificial sweeteners and artificial colors, and I feel like I'm I don't know. I try to take a break from it every once in a
Hmm.
while because I just don't want to. Everybody in my family has had cancer, and I just don't. I'm waiting for the shoe to drop, and I if I could delay it a couple years, I'd prefer to do that. I don't know. I'm thinking. every little thing you do to your body that's not natural is
Mm-hmm.
probably affecting you. But the sun is my enemy too, because I've had all these precancers
Mm-hmm.
and things that are turning. And on my nose, I think they said it was cancer once, but it was very, very light and they could get it off really easily. But my brother just had something removed from his head. He said it was a big hole. I mean, that's sad. And it
Yeah.
took a long time to heal up.
Wow. I tell you.
Everybody, I like the way it says you're in the show. Everybody can see and hear you. And I'm like, everybody? Who's
What are you? Oh, you're talking about in the back room thing.
I don't remember now what we were. I mean, we talk about everything, so
That's funny. Too
I don't
funny.
know. I, I'm just, I, I don't know. You buy boiled water because it's good. Yeah, well, my refrigerator had the option. Well, it didn't have the option. I bought it at the scratch and dent store, so I just took what I could get.
Right. And those
And you know what
filters
it
for the
is?
refrigerator is so expensive.
Yeah, they are. And but I'm paying for it because my freezer handle keeps falling off every time I try to open the freezer. But that was the only real problem. Like the handles were a little dented, and I said, that would happen to me probably like a week, so I could live with that.
You're right, Cody. You're right. She said we
We
have
have a
a
filter.
filter
Look, I
compared to
mean,
her.
if you want to talk, I'm very much an open book. I will talk about anything anybody wants to talk about, almost, except, I don't want to say, I don't really want to like rank on other people per se. Because there's a lot of people on YouTube I could say, I don't like you, go to hell. But I'm not. And it's not a lot. It's really more like two or three.
Yeah.
But I mean, people, I could take people or leave people. Like if somebody's really annoying me that bad, it's very easy to just not pay attention to them,
Mm-hmm.
and I could move on with my life. And that's that. I mean, I don't have to. I don't. I don't. I don't have to like dwell on it. I dwell a lot on like my own issues, my own problems. That
Right.
the others. Oh, you only watch stuff with a play filter? Okay, that's sweet. I mean, I don't know. I it's easy enough. I feel like I live my life with thinking, if you can make somebody feel good, it's a lot better than making someone feel like crap. So I hope that, I mean, I don't on purpose try to make anybody, it's not on purpose. If I say something offensive, I don't want to, it's probably because I didn't realize I was trying to be sarcastic or make a joke. And don't take me seriously is all I really think. It's like I'm
Yeah.
really just trying to be funny. And if you don't find it funny, that's okay. But I'm not trying to insult you.
Cody's a hoot bell. She is. But there is no filter there.
Yeah,
Definitely.
Cody will just say right to your face, I don't like you probably.
Yeah.
Get
But
lost.
she is a real sweetheart. So, oh
Yeah.
my goodness.
I mean, I've heard her rant about people.
But she also takes up for the underdog. So,
Yeah, you know, it's it. I don't know. I try to be, like I said, yeah, I try to be nice. I can't help that I sometimes get angered by certain things I don't want to be getting involved with. It's a big waste of time. But my mind goes there. I hate
you know,
dwelling on
Cody, I
crap.
think most of your rants are because somebody did something wrong to somebody. A lot of your rants are about that.
Yeah.
So you do
Yeah, it's
stick
true.
up for the underdog. You really do. And I like that quality about you.
I I like people I like people who like are transparent and will,
Hmm.
I like I said, I missed 21 comments that I have to read. Okay, Cody. All right, now I'm gonna read it. But like I just like people to be themselves, period.
Right.
But I mean, like I cuss a lot. And if that would make you upset, I'm sorry. And I'm I just say bad words. I don't mean anything by it, but I'll
Hmm.
say them. And I don't realize, like, I'll say, other words that might be offensive to some people, because I offended a woman because I called people guys. I go, "Hey guys, how's it going?" And she said, "I am not a guy. I am a woman."
Right.
And I thought,
I hear you,
you
Val.
can't win. You can't win.
Right. No, he's
Right?
not for me either.
Oh, Howard Stern.
Yeah.
I used to hate Howard Stern when he first got on the air. I hated his show, but his show lately is very different now that he's on, like, he's matured and he is less like involved with a lot of that boob stuff. And I mean, he goes too far and then I just turn him off. But when he
Hmm.
just is doing an interview, I find him okay. But when he starts in with some of the, I said to Tony, like, I don't want to hear about somebody's, butt stuff while I'm going out to a restaurant. So turn it off, please. I'm offended when called guys. I enjoy being a lady and I don't put you. Look, I'm like, I mean it as a generic people, like, hello guys. But I would
Yeah.
never call you to your face like, hey man, hey dude,
Yeah.
dude, dude. I just say stuff. It's
Yeah.
like to be funny. But if you're a lady, I that's fine. But there's stuff going on now where people were, what were they saying to somebody? Like if somebody was like transgender stuff, I find that, like, if you want to be,
Right.
if you feel like you were born a man and you want to be a man, and that's fine with me. Like,
Mhm.
be who you want to be.
Right.
Just don't ask me for my underpants. That's all.
I hear you, Val. And that's the easy thing to do. You just go elsewhere if it turns to
Yeah,
what you
it's
don't
it's
want.
easy. It's easy for me to kind of, well, I mean, like, I'm getting ready in the morning and I have a lot of distractions. I like I like Victoria's show because she's so bubbly and
Right.
friendly, and
Me too,
she makes
Val.
people feel welcome. And it's just that, to me, is what makes me really drawn to that show. And I used to feel like it was having coffee with friends, because otherwise I'd be having coffee with the dogs.
Right. Right.
And
Definitely.
um and I noticed that when I was watching Frank on his lives, that he also would say hello to everybody, and he'd say, "Hey, Suzy Woozy's in the house. Hey, hello, Suzy Woozy." And
Right, Val.
when he would say it, it would make me feel sweet. Like, it made me
Yeah.
feel like a little happier
Mhm.
that he
Yeah.
announced me to the room. And
Right.
I don't, and I thought, well, that's nice. Like, what if I didn't have another human being in my
Mhm.
life, and that was the only contact I had with a human? Like, I would, it made me feel like he's
Yeah. I've
serving a
never
purpose.
tried it. I'm gonna have to go check his channel out. And
Yeah,
and Johnny makes you feel very welcome in the morning.
yeah.
On the morning show. So, and
I
I've never
like,
met anybody ugly in those. Kind of talk about God a lot, even with other people's channel. I try to spread the love to other people, and I also believe in forgiveness. And I love all people. And right, you're
I
right.
have, I love, I believe in, like, an open platform, that, like, I believe that people, I started watching a woman who had a prayer at the end of her show. And she say, "It's now time for people who don't want to pray to tune off. And whoever wants to stay, you could pray to whatever spirit, God, or otherworldly
Mhm.
thing that you want to." And she just did such a generic prayer that I loved, that it was all
Right,
inclusive.
right. Yeah,
And it made me feel, it kind of was relaxing to hear her talk and pray,
I
because
think that's what I like about Victoria. That she's very open to just on the spot pray for somebody. It's just she makes me feel just I don't know cared about. I guess maybe.
yes,
Yeah.
it's true. And I've asked her to pray for people that I know need a prayer. And I don't think that, even though I'm not very big on organized religion, I'm really not at all. But I do think that if someone wants to pray for me, I'm okay with
Mhm.
that. Like,
Right,
I don't feel like, no, don't do it. It's like, do it. Like, it's cool.
right,
If you're putting something out in the world, like, that's a good vibe, I love
Mhm.
that. That's
right,
fine.
right. Definitely.
I think we all have, if I mean, look, there's, we all have some spirituality, even
Mm,
if it's not actualized. And I don't know, I don't know where I'm going with that, but I don't want people to like. I'm not going to force any religion down anybody's throat, period. But I don't mind if you're religious. I think um I think being spiritual is a great quality, and I think that if you have a belief that you really believe in, and it's like not a bad belief,
mhm,
obviously, if being like one with a church makes you feel good, but like that's a great gift, like that
mhm.
you could go to a church that makes you feel good.
Right. Definitely.
And if you believe in mother nature or another kind of thing, that's fine with me too. I don't really care. I like people to just, I want people to be happier in the world so that there's less crap going on.
You're right.
And if there's horrible news on the news, I stopped watching the news many years ago. But it gets played in my house, and I just get to hear it. There's sad stuff going on, and it's kind of frightening too. All these people with like nuclear powered like missiles. I don't want to make those countries mad. That's for sure. Yes.
Right. Exactly. So definitely. You're right, Belle.
Yes, yes. Victoria doesn't preach at you; she'll pray for you. Yeah, I like that. I
Right.
and there was only one person that I remember saying to her, "I don't want to be prayed for," and I was like,
Yeah.
"Okay."
Right. That'll
And
tell you send vibes, but don't send prayers or something. Yeah. But that's okay if
that's
that
okay.
that's
Yeah, it's
okay.
okay.
Everybody has their
Um,
own thing.
right.
Definitely.
And I think like if you can have a dog, and I know a lot of people can't, but then you feel that unconditional love. It has to
Oh,
be.
definitely. That is definitely
It
unconditional love.
You feel it. Like I think sometimes my other dog that passed away, bless her, she was such a sweet dog, and she loved me, and I know she loved me because I could just we were so close. It was sad that
Oh
she
yeah,
went away.
you're right. You're right, Cody. That's who it was.
I didn't want to say who he was, though, but he was that guy.
Ah,
Yeah, he was.
yeah. I guess he had
And
his reasons.
yeah, he had reasons. I don't know like what his reasons were really, because I'm not always like up on that part of things. But you know, Tony doesn't believe in organized religion either, and that's why we get along. But I told him I hired a minister to do our wedding, and I just asked that the minister keep it non-denominational, but I would like for him to say a prayer over our, I mean, like, just a generic prayer. If he could do a
Mhm.
generic, like, let's all hope that the universe welcomes these people as a couple. I don't know. Maybe he could do without saying those words, the religious words.
Right.
I would like that
Yeah. That's true.
because we come from different backgrounds, and we both don't practice what our parents practiced,
Hmm.
and I think that's what made each other appealing to us.
Hmm.
Norton's back. He was
Aw.
ignoring me when
Is he
there's no
looking for a
pizza.
snack?
He's annoying me, and he just woke up, and he might
Oh
start
God, that
trying
is
to
so
go
true, Belle. Living
up.
up.
The other one left. Naughty. He's naughty. Oh, when you said that you got upset at your dogs and it makes you sad, I was really mad at Norm yesterday. I was like holding a grudge because he ate part of my coffee table, and I was so mad at him. And I thought, you already know I don't like that. Why did you do it? Like
Yeah,
it just
baby.
it seemed malicious. But he's a
Look who's
puppy.
coming to say hello, pup.
Oh, precious.
Calm down. Calm down.
Precious is here. And Norton.
That's what
Oh,
she.
you know what Norton's saying to us? Norton's saying, you didn't give me my lunch.
Yeah.
Probably. I mean, can you come up higher? No, he's like, no, don't manipulate me. Say
Precious
hi to
said she
me.
almost missed the show.
Come on. No, I did. He's like 65 pounds. Come say
Oh my
hi.
goodness. She
What?
gets so excited when she sees me.
Hi.
She
Norton.
looks like she's looking at Norton.
Norton. You're so cute, Norton. He's such a big boy. He's such a big boy. I never wanted a boy dog because of the pee pee thing.
Yes.
I'm used to girl dogs. And it's like when he was a puppy, he was like licking himself a lot. I didn't really appreciate that.
Yeah, that's what I told her, Cody. That bitter stuff
What?
to put on your coffee table.
Oh yeah, I did put that bitter stuff all over the other end of the coffee table and he still licked it. And then he licked me and I don't know. And when I was spraying it, the spray bottle got on my fingers too, and it just like it was hard to wash off. But he didn't seem to mind the bitter stuff. I think he just thought, "Oh, that's a new flavor I never had before." And I don't I don't know, aside from restraining him. Yeah.
Bella doesn't like to go outside when it's raining either.
Oh my god. We Roxy is so scared of thunderstorms that she shakes and drools. And this one doesn't care at
Ooh, she
all.
looks like she's looking at Norton. She's
He's
really
got
looking.
such a long tongue.
She's looking at Bella on the floor.
Nerdy. Oh my god, he loves I love you. I do love you. I love you, but I don't love
Suzy,
you
I
the
have
way
a
you
whole
do.
bottle.
Oh, bitter cherry. I never had bitter cherry, but I have that brand for the cleanup stuff. We have bitter apple, I
I
think.
got it
Oh,
from
and we have
Walmart.
something that's just called yuck or something in there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. And I'm gonna respray it down, but it's kind of sad that he did that. But he'll just go for something else. He'll
Right.
chew on the door. He'll chew on paint. He'll probably. I
She's so
now that there's
lazy.
a hole in my couch, it's gonna get unstuffed. I
She's
feel,
crazy.
and that's not gonna be fun at all when I don't have a couch, because couches aren't the same as they're hard to replace. You can't just say, "Oh, give me a
Right.
couch." They're like $1,000. Like, I mean, even a used couch near me could be several $100s, which
Yeah.
is sad, but
I
it's
had to use
true.
that for Bella. She was chewing on a chair, and I used that. But you gotta, and I used it on the garbage because she's a garbage dog. So I need to start using it again because she's been going back in the garbage. So, like the kitchen garbage, she likes. So, but yeah, you have to keep reapplying it every day until they get until they get it.
Well, he was leaving it alone. Remember, I told you that, and I
Uh-huh. Well,
jinxed
you
it.
jinxed it.
I jinxed it,
You
man.
did.
I
You
was
did.
saying he's doing so good, he outgrew the coffee table chewing, and then the next day he like was chewing a hole in
Right.
it. I'm gonna growl at you. You're like
Now, if I
that was
fuss
my.
Bella, she fusses back at me.
He's so. It's like where be on camera, puppy. Be on the camera.
He must have been from down here, Cody.
Why? Oh, the
She's
hot sauce.
yeah, he liked it.
I bet she would eat it. I mean, he would eat it. He eats dirt. Like, and he loves chewing on wood. So maybe wood with hot sauce would be tasty. I don't know. It might make it more desirable.
It's like, oh, I like that.
Oh, now that's a little zesty. It's like a little vinegar, a little salt. Yum
Uh-huh.
yum.
Yeah,
I,
let's make it a
when I
coffee table
when I used
salad.
when I used to cook and Roxy would be near me and I'd use the peppermill, she would sneeze and I felt bad. But now I have banned them from the kitchen with gates. But I had to, because
Right.
this dog was licking the floor so much. I was afraid if I dropped some of my medicine that it would go eat it. And
Mm-hmm.
that's the last thing I needed was like him to have some kind of medicine for humans and get sick. Okay. My brother's dog like was chewing up the drywall, but
Yeah.
he it was because he was restrained in a room. He
Mm-hmm.
was part pit bull and he had really bad separation anxiety. And I heard that, they tend to be like that. And
That's
they
good,
had
Cody.
huge repairs they had to make. Oh, you're lucky, Cody.
Yeah. Now Bella loves paper. We used to call her the goat because she just chewed up paper all the time, any kind of paper. So now it's funny because she'll get the paper towel roll, and then Precious gets the toilet paper roll, and
Oh, wow.
they chew their rolls. They just
Well,
they tear it up, is what they do.
that's what that's what my brother's dog was, a pit boxer mix, they said.
Yeah.
And he could break out of any crate, he could break out of any room, he knew how to turn doorknobs with his mouth. And that dog, I
Yep.
mean, he was a mushy dog until he got a little senile at the end, and then he wasn't so nice. But he was very nice as a puppy. But he was big, and he had a big head, and he had like a really mean bark. And like whenever they had people working on the house, they would be like, can you
Hmm.
lock the dog up, or can you hold him on the leash? And
Right.
and they were like, this mushy guy. This guy, he carries around with stuffed animals now. Like he's not gonna hurt you. But I once tried. He had skin problems and he had surgery, and I tried. They wanted me to change a bandage on him while they were at work or out or whatever, and he tried to bite me, and I was like, "No, I'm not going to go back in there and take a
Wow.
chance. Sorry, buddy. Sorry, buddy. I'm not changing your bandages because you're cranky and you got big teeth."
Right. Right.
And I, and when they say not to be scared when like animals are whatever, I can't help it. If I'm scared, I'm scared. It's like it's not going to go away.
Right.
I can't control that part of me.
Yeah. I like big dogs.
Oh,
How we ended up with this thing. She's a
oh
mess.
wow. My Trixie had parvovirus when she was a puppy. I adopted her with parvovirus, and she ended up like in a couple days going right into the hospital.
Yeah.
And
Aw.
they told me she was like on her way out, and she lived a long life, and she was such a crazy puppy. And they told me she could still have a bum heart, and like I should be prepared. And so I was thinking, well, I didn't really want to get close with her if she was just gonna die. And it cost a fortune to I said I could have adopted a dog
Mm-hmm.
from a breeder and paid less than what I did when I adopted the dog from the shelter.
Oh wow.
But
Those are awesome dogs.
the Great Danes,
Yeah. When I was in nursing school, one of the the girls that went to school with me had two, and she said they each had their own couch to lay on.
well, aren't they lucky?
Yes.
I have two couches and I wanted them. I specifically had the dog couch and the people couch, but like Norton is jumping on and off that couch sometimes like a crazy person. I mean, a crazy, and then that's why that couch has now a rip in it from his toenails.
Mm-hmm.
So my dogs are spoiled. We had like a human and a people. They want to be on the people couch. Oh, that's sweet.
Aw. I
I
love
keep
Labradors. Those are
finding I
beautiful
keep
dogs.
finding dogs in my neighborhood, but luckily I found where they lived and I could let them go home.
Yeah.
I don't want to. There was a dog that was running in the street recently before I got Norton, and that dog was so loving. Like as I was driving him around, or it was a her. I was driving her around, and she was like trying to cuddle with me, and I was like, oh, it's like a baby. I love it, and I
Aw.
wanted a dog like that. I really wanted it, but when I couldn't find a dog that I could adopt. Like, they were making it so hard.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and it was so expensive up here. Like, some of the rescue groups are asking for
Oh
$675
wow,
and stuff.
that's
It's like,
crazy.
it is nuts. And I just thought, when I got my stimulus check, I said, I always wanted to have a golden retriever. I never had my golden retriever. And I'm older, so I thought, Tony said, like, he gave the approval for me to have a puppy. And I said, "Really? You wouldn't mind?" And he's like, "No, you could get a puppy." And that's how Norton came to us. But we had to drive all the way to the, like not the mid, almost the middle of Pennsylvania to get him. He was a farm bred dog, not a puppy mill dog, and he lived with a Mennonite family, actually.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
The
you have to be careful. A lot of there's a lot of backyard breeders who
Yeah,
put
they
up
don't treat the
crappy
dogs
dogs,
very
but then
well.
there's some really good ones.
Well,
Some
this
really
guy
good
had a
breeders.
stable. He had a stable, and adjacent to the stable, he had puppy pen for these dogs, these puppies, and it was very modern. And I mean, they looked very well cared for, and the house was lovely. So it was a nice situation. Like, I didn't
Mhm.
walk into something that alarmed me,
Right,
and
right,
I hoped it wasn't just for show, you
right.
know. But the whole property was perfectly manicured, and everybody would look like clean and healthy, and you know what I mean. So
Mhm.
I
Yeah,
felt comfortable buying the dog from him.
right. Well, that's good. That's good. Yeah, Belle, there are a lot of free dogs out there, but you gotta watch. There's a lot of scammers out there too. You know.
I up here, I've never seen a free dog, except in the one, like, very, very, very occasionally. I have a friend who works for a rescue group, and
You
I
are
think, like,
right,
if there's a
Belle.
litter of puppies, but they still want a donation. There's a rescue group that I have donated money to without getting a dog from them, and they do a clear the shelter day, and all you have to do is give a donation. So, I mean, if your donation is $50 or ten
Hmm.
dollars, like, you could have a dog. If your donation is probably $1, you could have a dog.
Hmm.
But
Now, I
you
think,
know,
when Marie went and got hers from the Humane Society, it was less than 100 that she paid. So
wow.
it wasn't too bad. It was like you just had to pay for the spay in or neutering is what they asked you to
Tri-
pay for.
Trixie was
Like 30, I think it was like
350,
$35.
and Roxy I adopted from a place, and they wanted 450. It up here, they ask for a lot of money, and we pay it. It's crazy.
Yeah. I
I
like big
kind of
dogs
wish it was
too,
cheaper.
Outlaw. Yeah, I like big dogs. I laugh at my sister because she likes those little bitty dogs. She has Donna. If you're listening, I'm telling on you. She likes those little chihuahuas, and she had one. Oh my God, this little dog Nina acted like she liked you, and she would go, "Oh yeah, come to me, come to me." And when you go, she'd like try to bite your hand off.
Oh,
Yeah, I didn't like that little dog. She was cute.
there was
She didn't like
there
me.
was
Let me
one
put it that way. She didn't like me.
there was one dog that my friend had in their house, and it was very nasty, and it was trying to bite everybody that it met. And I felt like, if I had
Oh
that dog, I'd
yeah.
be very disappointed, because they adopted a very crazy, weird, bitey dog. And I mean, they were nice people. They adopted a dog that they called Zippy the Pinhead, because
Mhm.
he had like an ear ripped off, and he was in
Oh,
a dog fight, and he was like messed up. And they saved
well,
his life.
that's a good.
And I mean, like, I just, like I said, I got my golden retriever because I got the economic stimulus check. But we also had to drive like 2.5 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Any dog around here is Any breeder dog around here is like so many thousands of dollars, and the trainers wanted like $6,000 to train this dog, and I'm like,
I
well,
know.
I'm
I
gonna
tried to
have to
get
have an
something for
untrained
Bella.
dog.
and it's expensive. She needs some serious home training. I try, but it doesn't work.
Everybody has to be on board with the same words and the same gestures,
Yeah.
and it you have to all be doing the same thing, or the dog isn't going to learn.
Hmm. Right.
I mean,
Yeah,
and
my sister
even
loved
after,
those little chihuahuas. Hers were apple heads that she had, I think, is what they were. That, and she likes Boston's too. Well, maybe you can come here, Cody, and train mine. She's so bad, so bad, so bad.
I have a friend who thinks she's like, pretty much, who's that guy that is like the dog whisperer? She thinks she's a dog whisperer. And I, but I mean, she says, I'll just give that dog a look and he'll do what I want. She goes, one day in my house, that dog will be straight out. I'm thinking, take my dog and see if it's going to happen.
Oh God. Yeah, I'd like to adopt somebody's purse. No feeding, no training, and hopefully there's lots of dough in it.
I wish that I would get, I know like when I was walking Norton more, he was better on the leash, but the last time I tried to take him out on a leash, he took me down the street, and I I thought, I don't have I'm beginning to not have the strength to hold him back cuz
Hmm.
he's so
Yeah.
big now.
And you see,
And that's
Bella
bad.
listens to me when I tell her to sit and lay, and stuff like that. But it's when we walking and she sees something, she wants to take off, and I don't have that strength anymore either. And it's
Well, my dog is food driven, I think, and I make the mistake of not bringing those kibbles in my pocket. And I think if I had the kibbles in my pocket, the dog would just walk by me, and not try to take off. Because, like, they're so excited to go out. They're like, ah, like they're like singing and jumping.
right.
But I,
Yeah, I look at Caesar Milan's videos sometimes. That one and it's me or the dog, the little British lady that does videos. So because she does this gesture to sit, and like she has usually would have a treat in her hand, and that's how I taught Bella to sit and stuff. So usually all I have to do now is just hold up my hand. I don't give her a treat or anything, and she'll sit. But oh, Norton's back. They playing merry-go-round.
I can't see it. I can't see him because there's a blue Suzy Woozy there.
I know, and I don't know how to take it off.
It went off once though. I don't know. Ah, it's gone.
It goes off when
There's
when
Norty peeking around the arm of the sofa, and I'm talking like an idiot.
so does he have a YouTube channel, Cody? I've
I,
never heard of him before.
I was watching Beekman training, and I was watching a woman who was training a puppy at the same time I got Norton, and then I was watching a different trainer, and then Beekman they have several trainers that give videos,
Mhm.
and there was one man, and I liked his techniques better than some of the other trainers' techniques, but I could like relate to him, and he was telling the reason why like they put house leads on the dogs, and he says, look, I can correct them to do this and that,
Uh,
and in like 10 minutes he had this pulley like crazy puppy calm down and doing what he wanted, and I'm like, wow,
I know.
that's some difference.
I'm not a dog whisperer, so it's mine. I can whisper all day. They still do what they want. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I know. And Caesar's always saying, be calm, assertive. And I get when the dog does something that I don't like, my blood pressure goes up and it's hard for me to stay calm.
Hmm.
I mean, I could be assertive, but it's
Right.
not a calm assertive. And I don't get anywhere with that. He's food driven. I should try to just I was feeding him out of my hands the first few weeks I had him. And then Ida came like the second weit that I had
Hmm.
him,
Right.
and I had to be downstairs like trying to go through boxes and repackage stuff that I had and throw stuff away. And I felt like I really it was crucial time that I needed to
Right.
be with them. And it was bad. And my friend was like, "Do you regret getting him?" I said, "I just regret getting him right before a storm and having my
Okay.
house flood. I love my dog."
It's called The Language of the Dogs.
Okay.
Thank you, Cody.
Yeah, Norton's big, but like I think he's like, when he hears the neighbor dog in the yard barking,
Mhm.
there's a male, he backs out, and he was
Right.
scared of sounds.
My neighbor in the back of me has a German Shepherd, the same age as Bella, and the other day it broke its leash when Bella was outside, and I could hear my son outside going, "Mom, mom." So I had to go outside, but it didn't do anything. He was just sniffing her, so he wasn't aggressive or anything, But because they'll put him out to do his business and then they bring him back inside. But I think he must go to work with the guy because I saw him taking him out the car.
If I mean, I used to think I could leave Roxy alone and enjoy herself in the yard,
Hmm.
but she's been digging a lot lately, and I guess I'm not outside saying don't do it, and
Right.
there's holes appearing everywhere. It's bad.
Well, yeah. I'm gonna check that out, Cody.
I'm gonna like see what the name is again.
The Language of the Dogs.
Okay. I'm gonna have to check it out too
Yeah.
because I need to know. I There was a woman who was training. They called it like COVID puppies because people who were home and then they had to start back working at the place. Like the dogs were getting
Hmm.
separation anxiety and being really destructive and bad, and they were being dropped off at shelters left and right, which is very sad. Like that these
Yeah.
people thought these dogs are like just disposable or
Hmm.
something,
Right.
and it's very sad to
Yeah.
me. And so this woman was fostering them to try to teach them to like get off that like bad behavior so they could be adoptable.
Hmm.
and and she says like if it gets down to you needing to distract the dog and you have to like toss a toy at its head, like she's like it's better than not correcting it at all. And I thought that was funny, but I saw her point, like if you couldn't get to it to correct it, like you had to distract it
Yeah.
from the bad
Well,
behavior.
Bella didn't get that where she what do you call it? My brain's not working. When they get to be around other dogs because we got her right at the height of the pandemic, so you couldn't go to a dog park or bring it like PetSmart or one of them used to have the little on Saturday morning for puppies. They would have a
Yeah.
class where you can not a class, but just to get to know each other, and they put all the dogs together. And we tried that with Precious, and one of the dogs put her whole head in his mouth, so that we didn't go back. It's like, uh, that wasn't good. You know, it was crazy.
I took Roxy to that PetSmart training school, and the
Wow.
guy who was running it, he tricks Roxy listened to him because he did this thing, and he would
Uh huh.
snap by her like back leg, and she would be like, "I'm good," and I couldn't do that same thing,
Uh huh.
and and as soon as we left that place, it was like she didn't pass. She don't pass at home. That's for sure. She might in front of that guy. She did everything he wanted, and me no.
Right.
And it's recoil, like they say, like when you call them and they should come when they're outside. When they're in the house, they come. When they're outside, they're like, yeah, I see a squirrel. I'm not coming. They're like, you think you rank as
Yeah.
hot as much as an animal? I'm not coming. I'm gonna watch the
Yeah.
squirrel.
I tell you, they crazy. Yeah, we have the neighbor has a cat, so when Bella sees the cat, she drug my daughter and broke the leash and went over there. So it's crazy. Or birds. I mean, it's like anything distracts her. If a car passes, or if a car passes on the next street and she can hear it, it's just anything she hears, she wants to go after it to, say hello or take a sniff or whatever.
Well, I'll tell you, Cody. She was saying my tone isn't alpha enough. When I saw this dog wreck my table yesterday. I gave him a look and I was I was like, I did the sucking in of the teeth and I summoned up that weird sound and the dog just sat down and looked at me and I was like, oh, well, I don't want to get to that point though. It gave me like a high blood pressure headache
Yeah.
or something.
Now you see, if my sons come in and they tell Bella to go sit on the couch, she just goes immediately. But I could tell all day, and she'll look at me like, "Huh?" You know, she don't listen to me. She just wants to sit on my lap like she weighs 10 pounds, and she doesn't. So, wow. Well, Susie, you just about ready to wrap it up, honey?
Yes,
I have packages to go pack. Just two, but still packages to go back.
I have to feed these
I
lovelies. All
know.
right. They've been good, I think, while we've been on. They've been very good. They've been napping. Why?
She said that's not alpha. That's shit.
It's just, oh shit, mom's.
Mom's mad. Oh my god. That's funny. All
uh,
right, guys. Well, it's been
we
great.
I try to get over the dog and say, settle down.
Right.
And but
It's funny. Well, thank y'all for coming. I
yes, thank
enjoyed
you.
it. It's been great.
All
And we
right.
will see you next week. We might do a pop up later in the week or something. Well, Friday I have the auction that, oh, I wasn't supposed to say that, huh? I'm in the auction this
You're
weekend.
allowed to say that, aren't you?
Well, yeah, you're not supposed to say when you're on. So, but anybody, so everybody,
Lady, I'm I'm not gonna watch the whole weekend of that. I would like to know when you're on.
so check it out on Friday, guys.
Okay.
So, all right. You guys have a great day, and we'll check
Take
you
care,
out later.
everybody.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.